So I'm going to begin recording now, and we just have 3 minutes left. And this is really interesting that Mary Beth is showing up as the main screen. Okay, I'm not sure that's happening. Is that happening for anyone else? Can someone unmute and talk to me about what you're seeing on your screen? That would be really helpful. Okay, now officially beginning. It's 8:58. So this is yoga for resilience. I thought that would be a good theme to start out with today. And I've asked those of you just coming on, if you look at the bottom of your screen, there's a bubble with a chat window. If you could just say where you are, and that would be great. California, oh yeah, Sarah, Bozeman, Manhattan. All right, Athens, Ohio, that's fun. Hi, Kay, nice to meet you. A guest of a friend, Big Timber. Awesome. So put where you're from if you can find that. Now, some of you are blanked out. Oh, Mary Jo, good to see you. Who else is here? There, you got it. Okay, try and get those videos going. I want to make sure you can see me. Of course, you don't have to be on video yourself. I am recording this for people that don't make it so I can send it to them. I'm not posting this anywhere else at this time. So if you don't want to be on video, that's your choice. I'd love to see you. That's one thing. When I teach, I really teach to the individual, as many of you know, when as ever work with me. So that's going to be the largest challenge of this, is that I don't get to actually see your movement and how you're flowing. So if I can see you, I might take a little notice and see what's happening, and we'll just do the best we can. So let's try this out. This is an experiment today, and bear with me and let me know how this feels at the end. So as I stated earlier, when people are still hopping on, at the end of the practice, which is going to be a little bit more than an hour, I'd love a few of you to stay on and just open some dialogue. One, to just really share where we're all at right now and how this practice is helping you through these challenging times. Thank goodness for yoga. We need it. Good thing we've been practicing. We have the skills to stay at ease. And just to share a little story and to see how this is working for you. So I'm going to switch over now. I still see Sarah as my main screen. Very interesting. Okay. All right, Sarah, I'm going to be watching you today. I just want to make sure that you can see me. So, all right, so everybody get comfortable. You can, right now, just sitting a little bit, I want to explain why I'm doing this and what our intention is for today. So why is because the studio is closed for a bit. And what is yoga for resilience? And so I did a little research on resilience, and I wanted to share a little bit of that with you. And then we'll go into a meditation, and then we'll go into some movement. And I'm going to take you through a deeper meditation, a guided meditation at the end of the practice, just to give ourselves that opportunity to really be present and feel safe and feel at ease. And we'll come back and we'll bring our practice to completion and have a little bit of discussion. So that's the outline, okay? Resilience is an ability to recover from or adjust easily to misfortune or change. An ability to recover from or adjust easily. And so I feel like we have the tools of transformation with our practice of yoga, and this is our ability to adjust easily. And maybe it doesn't feel easy in every moment, but this is really the practice, and the intention is to be able to adjust and come back to being the person that we really want to be during these times of change. And we all react differently to stress and trauma, and there's a little bit of that going on. So some of us really shut down, and some of us ramp up. So just be aware of your reaction to what's happening in the changes that we're needing to make? Are you shutting down? Are you hyping up? And we want to find that middle ground. So somewhere in the middle, we have what we call mindfulness. So being present, being in the presence of the moment without judgment or avoidance. Being in the presence of the moment without judgment or avoidance. This takes practice, and this is why we're here today. And it's really one of the purest and most ancient forms of healing and resistance building. So resilience really means knowing how to cope in spite of setbacks or barriers or limited resources. And it has to do with our emotional strength. So just take a few breaths right now, and I'd like to give you a little bit of a beginning breath. I'll explain a little bit more. Is place your hands at your heart. Since we're talking emotion, and the heart is really our seat of our strongest healing emotions, you might want to close your eyes and then let your breath go all the way. Take a nice full deep breath in and just feel those sensations of drawing in, receiving. Feel your fullness and then slowly exhale. And let go of everything outside this time and space. Let us be here fully. Another deep breath in. Pause in your fullness. And then slowly let go. And one more time. Third time's a charm. And your breath may not be right with my suggested patterns. Just allow yourself a deep breath that feels welcoming. And then as you release the breath, what can you let go of to let yourself be here more fully in the presence of the moment? And just let yourself continue breathing while I share a little bit more. Just feel that breath coming in and out, that receptivity and that release. And I did research a little bit about the skills of resilience. And so the 5 skills which yoga brings us is number 1, self-awareness. So notice what you're noticing about yourself right now. And can we just allow that witnessing body, our inner wisdom, to see ourselves clearly, to take a step back from what might be emotional turmoil and release our attachment and our distractions and see ourselves in this moment right now. Hands on heart, breath flowing, safe and secure. The second key to building resilience is attention, paying attention. So very much the same thing, aware of self and paying attention with flexibility and stability, which I thought was interesting because this is what we practice in yoga. And when we get into our movement today and practice flexibility and stability, we're actually using our body to inform our mind how to remain present and how to pay attention and to be both stable and focused. So we want to pay attention. And we also want to be flexible, which means being open to possibilities. So that would be our second key. And we'll practice that throughout our flow today. The third and fourth steps or keys to resilience is letting go and letting go. Letting go physically. So if you're feeling tension in your body, if you've been holding tightly, we want to let that go. Or the mind, letting go of the mind. So if the mind is regurgitating any thoughts that are not serving you, let's go back to that breath. So over and over again, coming back to the breath so we can be here fully. Let go of unnecessary tension in the body. Let go of unnecessary thoughts in the mind. And that is a practice that we will strengthen. And last but not least is accessing and sustaining positive emotions. So we want to acknowledge all the different emotions that we're feeling. We don't want to be pushing anything away. And at the same time, we want to choose to remain in those emotions that really serve our well-being. Because we know if we go into emotions that cause the heightened stress, that breaks down the ability of our own body to be healthy and heal. So let's move into the emotions. And the best emotion I find, especially the one right there in the center of your heart, is gratitude. So go into a little gratitude practice so that that emotion can carry us through. So I want you to just consider one thing that you're very grateful for right now in this moment. And just notice how it feels to feel grateful. Coming back to your own self-awareness, your attention, the letting go of tension in the body, the letting go of distraction in the mind, and the feeling of gratitude in your heart. So now I'd like you to release your hands from your heart and blink your eyes open. And stretch your legs out. And some of you are going to want to lay down because I am going to take you through a little bit more meditation. And today's practice is a little bit slower and deeper just because life has been a little bit faster and external. So we're going to go inward. So you might want to lay down. Some of you might be completely comfortable sitting. So I want you to ask yourself, how are you going to feel most comfortable? And get yourself in that position. Notice what you do to support yourself. And begin to take those nice full deep breaths again. And know that resilience is a measure of how much you want something and how much you are willing and able to overcome obstacles to get it. And so most of us want the same things, where we have these innate desires for being healthy, for being happy, for feeling safe, and for being at ease. And so we begin and end our practice today with a Metta meditation, and Metta means loving kindness. So let yourself sink into your breath. Again, noticing any distractions of mind, and just recognize that any of these mental distractions give us the opportunity to practice harnessing our thoughts into the present moment. We don't need to criticize them or judge them. We just know that the mind will think, and when we have thoughts carry us away, we can simply bring ourselves back to the breath. Tune into your body. Again, make any minor adjustments that you might need. And remember, our intention is to be at ease, to be aware, and to be comfortable in this moment. Feel that breath moving through you. Notice where you feel your breath. Is it in your belly, the rise and fall of the abdomen? Perhaps you feel your breath more in your chest, the expansion and contraction of your rib cage. Perhaps you are more aware of the breath flowing through your nostrils, feeling that slight cool tickle on the inhalation and the subtle warmth as your body exhales. Choose one place in your body to focus on your breath. And stay with the breath. Feel the beginning of the inhale all the way through to the beginning and the end of the exhale. Again, when the mind wanders, see this as an offering to cultivate mindfulness and concentration. Each time we notice the mind going outside this present moment and we bring it back, we're strengthening our ability to recognize the experience, to witness ourselves. Bring the mind back to the breath. we strengthen our ability to focus in at this moment. Let this be an opportunity each time we turn to the breath. And now I invite you to connect within to your own deepest intentions for happiness, for health, for safety and ease. And you don't need to dive into any stories, but simply connect with that natural desire that you have within. And let's cultivate this intention in our hearts. Let's open the heart to our own well-being by silently offering these phrases of loving kindness to yourself. Slowly offer yourself these phrases. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I live at ease. I am resilient. Allow yourself to offer these phrases silently, saying them slowly to yourself so you can really connect with their meaning and what they bring with them. And once again, may I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I live at ease. I am resilient. Give yourself a few more breaths here into whatever you're feeling. And we'll take that with us into our asana practice. With your next few breaths, as you breathe in, let your exhalation release with a gentle sigh. Actually, make a little sound. No one else can hear you. Make a little sound. You might want to place a hand even back on your heart because this soothes our nervous system. Coming into what we call our parasympathetic response, a response of rest and digest, of ease. And so this is what we're cultivating in our practice so it can carry us through our day. So begin to stretch and move in any way that's comfortable to you. And you'll return to a seated position. And we're going to stretch our legs out in front of us. So if you're sitting, you might want to sit. I like to sit on a bolster. I want you to be able to see my feet. Sit on a bolster or a block or a blanket. If you don't have yoga props at home, now might be the time to make that investment and get them sent to your doorstep. And I'll put some recommendations on those. Definitely want a bolster. So we're sitting up with our hands by our side, and we're just going to stretch our feet out. I like to do this, especially of those of you that stayed seated. Just really feel what's happening in the feet. You know, standing well on our own 2 feet is such a gift. That's part of resilience, right? To be able to stand on our own 2 feet is a good symbolism of feeling strong and confident. And then let's just circle those ankles around a little bit. and breathing. That same awareness of breath. And then I'm going to recommend that you bring your feet up onto the floor and have your hands on your knees. And we'll just go ahead and round back into the spine. So feel how you're rolling back onto your sacrum, and your lower back is rounded, your mid back is rounded, your elbows are flared a little to create space between your shoulders. Move around in there, just make it feel comfortable. And then when you come up, you're going to open the knees so you can really pull forward and kind of crease more deeply at the groin and pull the chest open, open the throat a bit. Let's use an exhalation with a ha sound. Back into your rounded position, and then inhale up and extending, arching the spine, opening the throat. And just do this a few times at your own pace. You don't have to be with me. You want to feel into your own body. Just that little seated cat-cow. Inhale. Get that energy flowing through your spine this morning. And then coming up, and we're going to take our twist to the right, so you can keep the knees bent, or you could straighten the legs if you prefer. Just gently turn to the right. Feel that right from the central axis of your spine. So rather than pulling back with your hands or shoulders, move from your belly, twist from the core, keep the heart open, and enjoy that gentle inner hug. Maybe a little pulsation, squeezing with the twist as you exhale, releasing a little as you inhale. And then holding the spine to the right, turn the head over your front shoulder and just gently move into the neck muscles. Again, feel into it. Do what feels really right for your body at this time. Make any adjustments that you need. And then holding the head over that front shoulder, you're going to unwind the body. Plant the feet back on the floor. You straighten it. Give yourself a little rounding. Move your head towards your knees just to increase the stretch across the back spine. And then roll yourself back up, lifting your head right over the shoulders. Knees can stay bent or straight, and we'll turn to the other side. So both sitting bones are equally grounded. You're turning from the belly and the ribs, and then the chest and the head. So feel how you move vertebrae by vertebrae. And allow yourself to pulsate a little bit, to really feel around, be curious about what's unfolding in your body today. What sensations are arising? One more breath there, and then you're going to breathe your head around, just the head turns. And now feel into your neck. So again, you want to feel that sense of bringing softness and ease. That's the flexibility part of our practice. And then come back around. Good. All right, we're going to come on to all fours. So arrange yourself on your mat. You can face me. I'm going to turn sideways. And then you want to have your wrists slightly forward of your shoulders. Anchoring your feet to the floor, bringing your hips directly over your knees. And let's just push into the ground and press firmly, like we're going to push the floor away from us. And that's going to start to lift the space between the shoulder blades. And then keeping the arms straight, I want you to melt your heart between your arms. You just melt that heart, remembering those feelings of gratitude. Sink into gratitude. Take a deep breath in here, and the next time as you exhale, press to the hands and let that space between the shoulder blades rise up, the back of the heart, press into it, and then inhale and sink in, and breathe in again, into the sensation of gratitude. And breathe out, imagine your gratitude expanding in all directions. Resonate feelings of appreciation, and then sink back into it. This time let the whole spine sink. I like to call this hammock back. If you feel any pressure in your lower back, tone your belly a little bit more. And then one more time, we'll press to the hands and round up, and then draw our hips in the direction of our heels.
keeping your hands glued in place. Just stretching. This way you'll stretch more from your hips to your fingertips. Through the side body, and rock around a little bit. Just feel into your own body. Maybe sway the hips a little. Then as you come out, lift and open the chest. Maybe wiggle that around, because again, we're being aware of what's happening inside our own container. So back and forth with your own breath. Never underestimate the power of cat-cow. So helpful. And we're going to come forward, and this time move your hips in line with your shoulders. You have a straight line, okay? And from here, just feel what's happening. You still lift your belly and your thighs, curl your toes under, and maybe pull the knees off the floor. If that's too much, put the knees back down. And just as we push through the hands and started to round the back in cat, let's do that here. And then we're going to melt, keeping the arms straight and strong, but we're going to melt the heart, but keep the belly firm. So we're not sagging into the hips. Keep that strong. This is our strength, resilience building. You can do this from the knees. Exhale, rounding the upper back and sinking the upper back. So more in the thoracic spine. Press through, push away anything that does not serve you, and then melt into feelings of gratitude. Exhale, push away. Feel your strength. Inhale, melt. And from here, whether you're on the knees or the toes, we're going to come to the floor. So lower down slowly, knees or toes. And your chest stays open. Place your hands off your mat, roll around a little bit, get comfortable. Stretch your legs out. You might want to lift your hands. This is great for your upper back. Squeezing those muscles at the back of the heart, open your heart, and then let's release the wrists. And breathe. Circling the wrists. Meanwhile, the lower body is your support, so you're stable and strong through the lower body. Then we'll place just the fingertips perhaps on the floor, or you can put the hands down. The elbows come high. And we're just going to play with squeezing the shoulders. Lift the heart as much as your spine feels comfortable, and come back down. So I want you to get really fluid now. Maybe side to side. We're going to go back into fluidity. Come up. Maybe take it side to side. So playful in your motion. Feel into your own body's nuances of sensation. Get around. Move like a true snake. Maybe even let your breath go like a snake. Just work out the kinks. Let go of any tension. And then when you come down, we're going to pause and put the third eye on the floor. Hands next to your heart. And squeezing the shoulder blades together, lift your hands off the floor and look to see. So now lift your head up and look and see as your wrist and elbows same distance from the floor. So not your elbows high, your hands high. Get them level, be aware, and then lift that whole piece up from your shoulder blades. So rather than lifting from your hands or elbows, lift from your core. Come to center and then release it down. Repeat. Inhale, lift evenly, so the movement of this action, strengthening your back body, comes from the very center of your core. Squeezing as you come up, exhale down. Inhale and exhale. If you need to stop sooner, that's fine. Squeeze in. We're strengthening our back. So we've got our back, right? It's where we can lean into. We're going to pause this time, or if you stop, come back up. Now squeeze all the muscles in your legs, and notice if they tend to float off the floor, and that's okay. And if they don't, that's okay too. So we're lifting, and we're going to get lighter and lighter. Let our back body hold us. Maybe the elbows bend, the knees bend a little bit. Maybe the arms open a little bit. Imagine you're floating through the sky. You just jumped out of an airplane. You're so courageous. Now you're just floating above the earth.
And you're breathing deeply and evenly. Feel your strength. Feel your resilience. And then let yourself come down and land softly. And rest and breathe into your backside. Feel the warmth generated. With your next inhalation, lift the head. Take your hands right next to your chest, not your shoulders, but down by your center chest. Lift the head of the arm bones. Gaze forward and peel yourself up off the floor. Set yourself up, knees right under the hips, hands slightly forward the shoulders, and keeping the bottom up, we'll start to stretch back. And again, release the head between the arms and stretch from hip to fingertip. And then drawing up, this time, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to take our hands to the right of the mat. So you'll take your hands over and then take it back, bottoms up, pulling back to the side and looking underneath the arm. So really stretch into the side that you're moving towards. Side body long, called twisted child. Create a sense of ease through your attention to the details and your alignment, your effort, just right effort, and that nice deep breath. Inhale your way out, and let's walk over the other side. So you take it to the side, and you reach back with your sitting bones, and then turn your head away from the side you're leaning into. And play around with it. You can make your own shape. It's just about making shapes to wake up different areas that maybe haven't been touched lately. One more breath here. And then draw it out. Good. And we're going to actually come up to standing, but this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to come into a downward dog first, so curl the toes under. And lift the knees just a little bit off the floor. And then the same thing we've been doing is push strongly into the arms to lift up, not rounding the back so much, but stay neutral. Lift from your bottom. Keep the knees bent and really draw back away from your hands. That'll be easier on your upper body. Now let's stretch through the feet. And what's interesting about this is I want you to feel that you're stretching not so much you will be stretching the back of the calf, but really see if you can pull back through the sole of your foot. So you press the heel down, opening what's called the plantar fascia in the sole of your foot. Stretch it out. And then bring both heels high, bottom high, and then slowly lower just a little bit in the heels so there's still that action in your heels. You're not blowing out your Achilles, pushing them all the way down. Like that, you want to keep them up. And then lift the sitting bones to bring the stretch into your hamstrings. Push the hands and lift the arms to keep the heart light. And breathe. And we're going to take little steps. Little steps, even still feeling the foot stretch as close as you can get to your hands. And then bring your hands up to your shins. And pushing into your shins, raise your belly and extend your heart forward. And see what you find there. So you want to have this lumbar curve. Even if you have to come up higher, you don't want to have a rounded back. Lengthen there, tone the belly. And then just like we did on the floor, we're going to bring the arms up so they're level to the floor, elbows and wrists, and then squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Push down into your heels, lowering your hips, scoop the belly, okay? So we're in this little awkward pose. And you can keep your arms here, or maybe you stretch the arms forward. So we're building our resilience, which takes steadiness, strength, focused attention, Patience. Then pull the elbows back and reach out and draw back. One more time. Reach out and draw back. And we'll place the hands on the thighs and slowly lift the sitting bones to stretch those muscles around the knee. We're lifting them up. And then lowering the crown of the head to the floor, not to the floor, but towards the floor. And just let there be a gentle stretch. Maybe you go a little deeper, maybe not. Sliding the hands back to the top of the thighs, bend the knees, push into the heels. Open again into what we call Utkatasana. Bring the arms up level, and then shift and squeeze. And squeeze. And this time we're going to squeeze and push into the feet and rise up. I'm going to change, my head's getting cut off, I'm just going to change my screen a little bit. So stand tall, nice and tall. Stretch your arms overhead. Okay, take it up. And we're up. Roll the shoulders out. Now, if anybody has anything that they need, if they're not sure of something, I do want to encourage you to go ahead and unmute and just let me know, because we're here together. That's why I did this on Zoom. So it would be a really good idea. Now, it's really funny. Some people just have this on and they're walking around their house. That doesn't actually work as well as actually doing the practice. So just keep that in mind. So it's really good to actually do this. You'll get it a little kinesthetically if you watch, but I really like to see you in here. So stand in Tadasana, plant your feet underneath your hips, okay, and lift all your toes and put them down. Okay, every day, awaken your feet. Okay. And then take them all up, big toe down, little toes down, big toe, little toes, big toe, little toes. And then all toes up, bend the knees and push them down. So let's find that mountain pose from the ground up, four corners of the feet grounded. Do this millions of times in your life. Engage the muscles around your calves. Okay, soften the knees. Draw up through the thighs. And then at the very top of the thighs, take the thighs back. I want to get this lumbar curve. And then from the ribs, take the ribs in. So you're pulling the ribs in firmly. And then the shoulder blades on your back. Spin the arms open, and we'll go through my signature form of half salutation. Many of you know this. My arms are going to get cut off, but such is life in the video world. Let your breath go. Inhale. Feel your shoulder blades rotating up your back. Maybe press the head back a bit. And then as you exhale, come down. But really feel the movement come, again, from your core. Push into the feet from the pelvis. Move the arms from the shoulder blades. Let's do an all breath down. When we release a breath like that, it actually lowers our brain waves. Inhale, lift. Which relaxes our entire nervous system. Inhale, take it up. This time I'm going to bend the elbows. I'm going to change this a bit. Hold one hand overhead. Okay. So you're up like this, and you're lifting from your elbows, and then you're going to reach to the side and press through your side body. Maybe move your head around a little. Reach up and over. Just really feel what's happening there. And again, finding that sense of stability in your own being, that sense of ease. Know that you're taking care of your health. And hopefully you're feeling happy. So one more breath here. With inhalation, come up. And then you're going to spread your wings and bring them down. And let's just release the shoulders. Feel again how those shoulder blades are moving around on your back. And spin the arms open. Take it up. Inhale. Grab a wrist. Extend. And over to the other side. So really feel that. Press the hip out. Good. All right. It's nice. I can see some of you doing this now. Turning the head. Taking that breath. Feeling how the breath can open the space between the ribs. back up to center. And release. Now this time bring the hands right onto your hips, onto the pelvic rim. Take the arm bones up and back. And then you want to just slightly rock the pelvis back from the tailbone so you can lift the heart and squeeze the shoulder blades. You might want to move your hands around on your hips more. Squeeze the shoulder blades and enjoy opening that heart fully. Make sure you're not pushing your thighs forward. Keep the thighs back. Keep the belly toned. Keep your chest lifted. Okay? Breathe into that. Be aware of your neck too. Some of you might feel better keeping your chin towards your throat. And some of you, if you have no neck injuries, you go back. One more breath here. Big one. Let your stance be about shoulder width apart because we're going to bend the knees a lot. And push that bottom back. Slide the hands down the legs. Keeping the sits bones up. Scoop the belly. Release the chin to the throat. And then whatever your forward bend is, it might just be keeping your hands closer to your knees. Some of you to the ankles, some of you to the floor. Again, you're not trying to get anywhere except where you need to be exactly to be in that place of safety and comfort. Slide the hands back up so you can lift the belly and pull the heart forward and feel your back muscles engage. And your front body, of course. And then release it down with exhale. Now take your hands to the rim of the pelvis. Bend the knees a bit. Not quite as deep as we did the first time. We got off the floor. We come up from that place of strength using the back side. Take the arms overhead. Grab a wrist. Now this time let's focus on the breath. So wherever you are, exhale all the way. And then inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now exhale to the side. Pause. Inhale, center. Exhale to the side. Pause. Inhale, center. Pause. Build in your vital capacity. Exhale, hands to the hips. Pause. Inhale, lift and open the chest. Exhale, take it down. Empty all of the way. Come up halfway. Breathe in until you're full. 4 counts. Exhale. And then all the way up, hands to the hips and the thighs are out by your side. And side bend. Breath flowing, breath moving you. Breath is your vital force. Inhale, center. So as you go through your days, let your breath carry you. Let your breath keep you in that state of ease, no matter what's happening outside of you. Maintain that ease on the inside. Deep breath in. One more time, we're going to fold forward all the way over, hands on the thighs or the shins or the floor. Come up halfway. And then once again, we're going to go into our Utkatasana. So you're going to bend the knees a lot, shift your weight back, knees behind the toes. You have to fix your clothes. Take your arms out, and then move from your shoulder blades to pull those arms back. Pull those shoulder blades together. Feel the back body strong. Adjust the pelvis. You want to keep any tension out of the lower back. You want to feel more in the glutes, the thighs, and your spinal muscles. Okay, push down and lift up. We're going to pull down again. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the knees directly over your toes. Make sure that you're not dropping them in the midline. That is not good for your knee or hip joints. So straight back. Inhale, lift. Resilience, ladies. Excuse me. Resilience is what we're building. When we feel strong in our body, we can feel stronger emotionally. One more breath. Take it down. Place your hands on your thighs. See if you can get your elbows to your thighs. If not, keep your hands on your thighs. You can the elbows.
So depending on whatever you got there, you're going to turn and move one hand to the opposite knee and one hand to the hip. Or if your elbows are down, take your elbow and elbow. So either of those positions. And we're going to hold that steadiness. Okay, be resilient. Squeeze into your core. Come up a little bit more if you need to. Find where you are and adjust and breathe. 3, 2. You got this. Come back to center. Lift the bottom, squeezing the quadriceps. Tone the belly, unhinge. Good, take it up. And just shake it out. We have another side. So draw it up again. Take it down, cactus arms. And you're going to sit back in your heels. Okay. Sit back and lift to lower. You're going to do the same thing for the other side. Take your time. If you have knee issues, don't go so deep, but you want to really squeeze hips and legs. You know, we lose strength in our hips and legs so easily if we don't use them. And then we don't feel safe. We don't feel stable. So we need to build that up and maintain it so that we can stand well on our own 2 feet, as stated earlier. So pause, hands to the thighs. And with your hands, and you're going to stretch this way. Otherwise, you can get your elbows down, bring the elbow across, and stretch this way. And whatever works is good for you. There's no contest. The best practice that you can do is the one that fits you. Deep breaths in, building your strength. Focus your gaze, pay attention. Let go of unnecessary tension. Let go of unnecessary thoughts. Be grateful. One more breath. Unwind. Press in the feet. We're going to straighten the legs, squeeze, and then use the glutes to come up. Scoop the belly as you do so. All right, take it up. Little side bend. Now we go back to ease and flexibility. And shake it all out. Shake it all out. There we go. Come back to Tadasana. Line yourself up. Feel what you're creating for yourself. And let that breath be slow, deep, and even. My heart's beating hard. And so if yours is too, just know that we're strengthening our heart in more ways than one. And now just calm the heart. Let's even place the hand there. Just feel ourselves calming the heart with that deepening breath and even those all breaths. Good. Release the hands down. Okay, we'll do a little bit of stretching open of the hips because we just strengthen them. Now, I'm going to do this without blocks because I don't think a lot of people have blocks at home. If you don't, we should probably do a little order on those, especially those in Bozeman. You should get you some blocks and a bolster, okay? And so I'll put the suggested companies that I work with that I think would be a good resource for you. But we don't have to have props. That's the beauty. All you need is your body. So we're stepping wide, obviously. So step wide as you can. And then pull your arms out to your side and become a star. And then release the arms down. Now this time when you lift, I want you to start from your shoulder blades. Keep your shoulder blades on your back, which means pull them in. And then let them rotate as you come up from the top of your shoulder, pause. Spin the palms up, stretch out in 5 directions as you inhale, down through both feet, out through both arms, up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, hug everything into midline. Inhale, expand, and exhale, hug it. Inhale, expand, exhale, hug in. Now notice the openness across your chest, and your hands are open. And your biceps, if you were to bring them up, notice they're facing your ears.
just want you to notice that because I'm going to repeat it in a different position. Feel that and then release the arms down. Excuse me. Hold on to that feeling. Hands on your hips. I'm going to bend the knees. And you're going to hinge again forward. I'm going to turn sideways for you. Hinge forward. Okay, hands on thighs. Now firm the legs as much as you can to stretch the hamstrings. If your back rounds, bend the knees more. Super important to keep your lumbar curve. Tone the belly. Right? And then here, we're going to repeat that. We're going to take the arms out from the shoulder blades and expand. Now hold the arm bones deep in the shoulder girdle. And then you're going to bend your right knee and keep your hips way back and ease into your inner left thigh. And then lift up, or maybe it's your left knee. I guess I don't know left or right at this point. Bend the other knee. So you're just balancing, and you want to keep your upper body light. And the way that the upper body stays light is that you stay strong in your legs and your core. You're just going back and forth. And again, it's really important that you take the inner thighs back, okay, and the bottom up. So you get into the inner thigh, and you maintain integrity in your spine. Kind of fun, huh? Almost like flying. Try that. Can you move the arms a little bit? We'll be playful, right? Because we want to be happy. And happy means we have playfulness and pleasure in our life. We're going side to side. I'm going to change my bird position here. Take it side to side, and then we'll pause and bring the arms down. Whew. I'm going to stretch by bringing the hands as close to the ankle as possible. Even bend your knees a bunch if you want. Let that upper body go. Shake it out. Shake the shoulders out. Then place the fingertips on the floor, and I say fingertips so you cannot lean into the hands, but lift. You just take the legs further apart, bend the knees more if you need to. It's kind of a bug-like pose. Then you're going to place one hand in the center, the other hand on your hip, much like we did in our Utkatasana, but this time we're going to straighten one leg and gently twist to the side. So feel the stability of the lower body, still keeping that straight, building resilience, and twisting. Maybe this arm comes up, but there's that sensation. Can you create openness in the arms as you did when you were upright in the star pose? What's happening? Again, self-awareness. What's going on inside? Deep breath. And then release, let both knees bend. And this time with the hands down, you're going to reach them as far forward as you can and take your bottom back. Again. You're going to push way back into your bottom and stretch out through your torso. So create whatever shape works for you and breathe into that. And we'll do the other side. So bring the hands underneath. We'll bring the other hand center, one hand to the hip, and then we bend the knee and we rotate open. And then the arms are open just as they were when we were upright. So this happens a lot. I can't see you, so it's hard, but I want you to see what's happening in your body with these arms. If that's too much on your shoulder, just keep your hand down. Don't do that. Every new option is just that. It's an option. Come back to center. And this time, put your fingers backwards and curl into yourself. And just curl in. Give yourself a nice hug and grab your legs. What can you do down here? I always feel like a little kid when I get down low like this. Amen. And then we're going to come up and putting the hands back on the floor. We're going to hop our feet together and bring it behind us. Okay? Okay, we're on our knees now. And now, depending on where you're at, I hope your knees are comfortable because we're going to do a couple things here. I'm going to get a blanket because I'm on a wood floor. So, placing a blanket under the shins, hands on the hips. Once again, we're going to do a little heart opener. So the hands are going to slide back by the sacrum. Take the arm bones up and back. And looking down, look at your knees. They should be about pelvic width apart. Your toenails could be down or your toes could be tucked. And we're gonna do this a modified version, so it's super simple, hopefully. And if something's not simple, do something else. Take a big opener through the chest, and maybe bring the hands to the sacrum. Keeping the chin down. Squeeze your gluteus maximus maximally. Feel that wake up. It's so easy to go to sleep. It's the laziest muscle, but it can be our strongest. So squeeze it tight. Lift your chest. If you have neck issues, bring your chin down, move it up. And just start peeling open that heart and fill it with gratitude. If you have no neck issues, you might be able to drop back. If your head's back, leave it there, everybody. Bring your hips towards your heels, your chest forward, and then you're gonna drop down towards child. Now I cross my ankles because my knees don't like to bend that much. And drop them. If your knees aren't bending that much, you would simply come right here, bring your arms forward, and round. Really honor your body's experience in life, right? Because some of our limitations actually came from some of our greatest joys, like skiing rapidly down a mountain or riding a bike, and then crashes happen, and we have injuries. But you know, that's what happens in life. We want to arrive in the next life having really used this one up, right? So honor those injuries or limitations. It's just part of your story. One more breath. That will build resilience to acceptance of our own stories. Let's come up. On our knees, got one more. Actually, I don't know if knees are comfortable for a lot of you, so I'm gonna pull that back until I find out. So let's take the legs forward and stretch the knees open. I have to give them a little rub. And I really want to give you a nice long release and relaxation. So today's practice is really just about getting that energy flowing and really paying attention to the details of all that you're feeling. So I hope that's working for you. So I'd like you to actually lay down. So I'm just getting myself set so I can see you, but I would recommend maybe putting something under your knees. And what you'll want to do, because some of you haven't worked with me before, you're going to have to watch this really quick before you lay down. I'll give you a little demo. Is even if I have something under my knees, we're going to put the feet on the ground or on the bolster if you have one, or just in front and the arms open. And then we're going to let both knees drop to the side. Okay, so even if you have a bolster, you can go right over it, or you could have your feet on it and drop. Just going to open the whole side body. Just take a few breaths here. Drop in. And we've done a lot of twisting today on purpose. Twisting helps to stimulate, or actually it's a more balancing pose between stimulus and relaxation. It's a middle pose. And it both relaxes and awakens our nervous system. It squeezes the area of the spine, of course. So it's really good for our spinal column and the disc between the vertebrae. Massages our internal organs. So feel that as you come the other side, it's happening not just in your hip, but across your belly, and opening the chest. And then we're going to go side to side. So those of you that might be watching, you can just do this now. Just ease your way side to side. We call this double knee drop. And I've got one more pose for you after this that I want to make sure you enjoy a little bit of inversion. We're just letting go of the effort of our standing poses, the strengthening work, the building of stamina, which of course strengthens our resilience. Let's come right over one more time. Notice how you're breathing. Just feel the softness of this form, just easing side to side. Make sure you lift one leg at a time, not the legs together. That's the hardest thing sometimes. We're not used to working our legs independently like this. So let's do it. Wake up something new. Come into center.
And with your feet on the floor, okay, arms by your side, you just want to push into the floor and lift your chest and hips, and then come back down. And when you lift up into a bridge, what's really important is not lifting from the hips, but lifting from the heart. So let the heart lead. Just open the front body and feel how the back body is supporting you. Once again, we did a lot for the back body today too. The back body represents our past. It's all of our experiences. And that's where we gain our knowledge, right? So let the back body lift you and let your front body be wide open to possibility. Take a few breaths here. Open to possibilities. That's remaining flexible in mind. Big part of resilience, not knowing all the answers. Slowly roll down. And then take the feet in off the floor to your chest. Give yourself a little love hug. Release to chest, roll it around. You continue releasing your spine in any way that feels comfortable. Taking that deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then start to settle yourself down in the most comfortable position. Laying in any way that you want, any shape you want, laying on your back, having your knees bent or straight or in bound ankle with just feet together or crossing the leg. Just notice what feels comfortable to you. Sorry if that made extra noise. Get yourself comfortable because we're going to drop in. We're going to drop in and do the most important practice of all, which is our mindfulness practice. Hopefully your whole practice has been somewhat mindful. And that again is the key to our resilience, right? Being mindful in the present moment, holding true to our own heart, recognizing the possibilities, and being who it is we really want to be in all situations. So you might even ask yourself that question as you settle. So as you come into your relaxation pose, who do I want to be? What makes me resilient? And know that resilience is the ability of remaining aware of our situation, being aware of our emotional reactions, being aware of our own behaviors and the behavior of others. So this remaining aware allows us to maintain a sense of control within. And we can think of new ways to tackle problems because there's always a way to figure things out. So a very important characteristic of resilience is understanding that life is full of change, and that is certain. And how we respond to these changes is what our practice brings us, the ability to respond gracefully, believing in oneself, and also believing in something larger than ourselves. So as you settle into your meditation, breathe into that center of the heart. Feel your own heart beating. Feel the essence of you. And then we'll move back into our Metta meditation from the inside out. Once again, cultivating this intention to open your heart to your own well-being, silently offering to yourself these phrases. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I live at ease. I am resilient.
Now I ask you to bring to mind the image of a good friend. This may be your loved one, a friend, a teacher, a mentor, maybe even your furry friend. And connect with your natural desire to see this being happy and at ease, just like you. This being wants to be happy, wants to be healthy, wants to be safe and at ease. In an effort to cultivate this intention of kindness, offer this being a few phrases of loving kindness. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you be at ease. And now you can let this person, this being, go from your mind. And I invite you to bring to mind a neutral person, someone that you maybe see regularly, but you don't know very well. It might be your grocer, your coworker, a neighbor. And although you don't know the person, you can recognize that this person also wants to be happy as well. And you don't need to know what their happiness looks like necessarily. But again, you can offer this person the prayer of loving kindness, connecting with the intention to care about their well-being. So image this person in your mind's eye, in your heart, and silently say to yourself, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. And may you live at ease. And as you let this neutral person go, I ask that you bring to mind someone who you find difficulty with. You may not want to pick the most difficult person in your life instead of choosing someone who really triggers you. Maybe just someone you have a minor difficulty with. Maybe you find this is a person that you feel agitated with or annoyed by. And again, you're going to offer these phrases, recognizing that this person too, no matter how much they may annoy you or agitate you, deep down, we are innately the same. And that person too wants to connect to the same feelings. And so let's put our intention to care for this person. Even if you don't feel it wholeheartedly this time, we can cultivate that and we can make an effort and say silently to yourself, directed towards this person, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live at ease. And allow yourself a deep breath in and out, noticing what's coming up for you. And once again, we're going to expand our awareness even further. And beyond a single person, we're going to expand our awareness into our community. Consider the community in which you're living right now. And expand that to include our entire country. And breathe into that expansive awareness. And then if you can, expand your awareness even more and include the planet, our beautiful earth. Expand your awareness to all beings and bring it into your heart and offer these phrases of loving kindness. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be at ease. May we all be resilient and operate from our hearts with loving kindness for all. Allow yourself to marinate in these feelings within you. And bring them back to yourself as you inhale. And as far and wide as you can as you exhale. Affirm, I am happy. I am healthy. I am safe. I live with ease. I am resilient. Give yourself a few more breaths here in this precious moment. Feeling the essence of you. And let the essence of you resonate. The feelings that you want to be, and give those to those around you. And together, let's release the breath. Take a full deep breath in. Let go. Fill yourself up. And settle once again into this moment. And as you begin to gently move your body and bring this practice to completion, let yourself envision how you will move through this day into this day, moving with your resiliency. recognizing those moments of happiness, being grateful for your health, being grateful for your safety. Allow yourself to be at ease. Slowly stretching and rolling to one side, coming up to a comfortable seat. Let's plant our hands at our heart. And there's another mudra here called Padma mudra, which you might want to bring today. So you open your middle three fingers so your heart is open. Open to possibilities, open to solutions, open to being the best version of ourselves. Thank you so much for gathering today. I hope some of you remain and we can open the minds for some conversation, some comments, some sharing. We're here together, we're here to connect, we're here to support as a community, Akula. Much appreciation to you. Namaste. So it would be wonderful to have unmuted people because I feel so alone up here.
You're not alone.
I'm not alone. I see you here. That's great. I can see you in the little boxes. It's like Hollywood Squares.
Hi, Nancy. That was great. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you. Anyone that needs to say goodbye, aloha, namaste, and I'd love to hear from some. Oh, Barbara's here. So unmute yourself and a little bit about how this is going to serve you through your day or anything. Hopefully the sound was okay. I need to know that too, but Sarah will give me my technological feedback.
That was wonderful.
The sound was good, except sometimes when you were off, your head was facing down towards the mat, then it was hard for me to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's interesting. My little mic was right in my mouth. Okay, good to hear. Thank you. How about you? How are you feeling, Mary?
Well, I'm feeling much better. Yesterday I was completely undone. My daughter that lives here has no IgA. Her best immune thing she was born without, and her daughter doesn't have it either, and she works in the cancer center. So she is at great risk. And last Thursday, she'd been working all week and she came down with influenza A. So she's been home sick. We've all been on Tamiflu, and thankfully no one else has gotten it, but I'm very fearful of her going back to work and being exposed. They now have to wear protective eyewear, the N95 mask and a gown, but she is highly susceptible. So I had myself in a great state of fear. And this was incredibly helpful. I'm sorry I was kind of late. I'm not very technologically savvy, so I'm glad I finally figured out how to join. But this really helped, and I wondered, is it possible to replay it? I mean, I could use this every day before I go to bed.